Hello and welcome to 5 at 5. Plenty to talk about today, plenty to talk about. And needless to say, that over the next 35, 40 odd minutes, we will have a lot of news points discussed as part of this 5 at 5. The things that I will talk about, I've uh, already told you there is a very, very interesting interview with Sunil Chhetri that will come your way. The Indian football team has reached Kolkata for that big game, against Kuwait on the 6th of June, and we will have a huge, massive build-up as part of that massive game. So a very, very interesting interview, an exclusive with Sunil Chhetri, a physical interview which was done with Sunil Chhetri a day before in Bhubaneswar. Sunil talking about everything. Sunil talking about everything, from the camp to preparation to retirement to who after Sunil Chhetri, names about this Kuwait game, is the team ready? Almost everything he's talking about in that particular interview. We will play a promo today, and we will play a promo today, and after the pro. So we will play the promo and the full interview. It's a very, very good interview. Uh, Tomorrow 12 noon, a massive interview, a one-on-one Sunil Chhetri, and not on Zoom. It was a physical interview that we had done together a day back in Bhubaneswar. So that's coming your way. But let's start with the coach thing. A lot of you have already started asking questions to me. Before the show, my producer Shopdil was popping a few questions. Asked Boria, said it's now almost confirmed that Gautam Gambhir is becoming the head coach. Interesting to see who will become the batting, bowling, and fielding coach. Yes, right. And we have in the past seen that the head coach often has his own preference for the bowling, batting, and fielding coach. Take the Ravi Shastri example. In 2017, 16, 17, when Ravi Shastri became the coach, Zahir Khan was one of the candidates. But at that point in time, Ravi Shastri opted for Bharat Arun because Bharat and Ravi had a really good bond. So, in that sense, Bharat Arun and Ravi Shastri, because of the bonding between the two, because of the bonding between the two, it was Bharat Arun who Ravi Shastri had opted for at that point in time. There is always this case. Who are the names? Some of the names that are doing the rounds, for example, Vijay Dahiya is one name that is doing the rounds because Vijay Dahiya has worked closely. The other name that is doing the rounds is the Lucknow bowling coach at this point in time, Mone Mokal, because Mone Mokal has worked with Gautam Gambhir as part of Lucknow. T. Dilip has done a very good job as part of the Indian fielding unit. So that's something that is there. But the other name that Gautam Gambhir has also worked with is Jonty Rhodes. So Jonty Rhodes has worked with him as part of the Lucknow Super Giants. And could Gautam Gambhir then sort of draw on his Lucknow Super Giants experience and bring some of these people on board? So that's something that we have to also try and see if Gautam Gambhir kind of does that. So it is a good question, Sachin, that Gautam Gambhir will bring in his own team or not. But let's not jump the gun. As far as I am concerned, there is always a difference between the announcement and what we are hearing. So yes, it is a done deal. Yes, it is almost certain. We are all hearing the same. We've broken the story. Every other news platform is saying the same. Yesterday, a cricket website said exactly what I had said on Rev Sports Hindi in the morning about a couple of IPL owners also confirming the same. Gautam is on holiday. When did the two meet? Jay and Gautam and the BCCI and Gautam meet. रोहित जुगलान आर कॉलीग इन हिंदी, उन्होंने आज सुबह हमारा हिंदी लाइव में ये कहा कि जब कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स और गुजरात टाइटंस का मैच होने वाला था अहमदाबाद में, जो मैच बारिश के लिए कैंसिल हो गया, उस रात को जय शाह एंड गौतम गंभीर हैड मेट इन अहमदाबाद. सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट रोहित जुगलान ने हमें बताया. आज हमारा जो लाइव था उसमें रोहित ने ये जिक्र किया. सो इसके बारे में बहुत सारे स्टोरीज अभी बाहर आ चुके हैं, चर्चा हो रहा है. गौतम गंभीर इज द फ्रंट रनर, इट इज वेल नोन, बट लेट द अनाउंसमेंट हैपन. बट कब होगा अनाउंसमेंट, ये लेके भी बहुत चर्चाएं चल रहा है. सो मुझे जो लग रहा है, जो मैंने सुना भी है सारे सोर्सेज से बात करके, कि लोकसभा इलेक्शंस के बाद, देखिए कोई हड़बड़ाहट तो है नहीं. बिकॉज अगर आज आप मेरे से कहे कि गौतम गंभीर का अनाउंसमेंट नेक्स्ट 2 3 4 दिन में हो जाएगा, रोहित शर्मा जो भारतीय टीम लेके इस वक्त अमेरिका में है, वर्ल्ड कप के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, मैं आपको गारंटी से कह सकता हूं कि सारे सवाल जो रोहित को पूछे जाएंगे वो अमेरिका में सारे सवाल होंगे कि गौतम गंभीर नया कोच है. यार वर्ल्ड कप सेकेंडरी हो जाएगा और रोहित को सारे सवाल पूछे जाएंगे कि गौतम गंभीर कोच है, आप इसके बारे में जिक्र करिए, इसके बारे में बताइए, इसके बारे में आपको कुछ बोलना चाहिए। ये एकदम सही नहीं है। व्हेन यू आर गोइंग इनटू अ वर्ल्ड कप, आपका माइंडसेट, एंड बाय द वे अभी भी राहुल द्रविड़ भारतीय टीम के कोच है। ये अनाउंसमेंट जिस दिन आएगा, अगर 2 3 4 दिन में आ जाता है या कर दिया जाएगा, तो ऑटोमेटिकली ये जो वर्ल्ड कप का फोकस है ना, ये करके गौतम गंभीर पे आ जाएगा और सारे सवाल, राहुल द्रविड़ कोच रहते हुए भी सारे सवाल गौतम गंभीर के बारे में हो जाएगा। मुझे तो नहीं लग रहा है कि पाकिस्तान जैसे इंपॉर्टेंट मैच के पहले ये होना चाहिए। बीसीसीआई के पास बहुत समय है। अगर ये नया कोच 1 जुलाई के पहले अपॉइंट करना है, तो अगर ये T20 विश्व कप के एंड तक अनाउंसमेंट आता है, 3rd 4th वीक ऑफ जुलाई में, जून में अनाउंसमेंट आता है, तो कोई कोई यू नो कोई कौन फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, कुछ भी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। एंड आफ्टर दैट इंडिया इज गोइंग टू जिम्बाब्वे। इंडिया इज गोइंग टू जिम्बाब्वे इन द फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ जुलाई, एंड देन इंडिया इज गोइंग टू श्रीलंका। ये दोनों टूर में मुझे तो लग रहा है कि ए टीम भेजा जाएगा या जूनियर टीम भेजा जाएगा। सो ये जो भी नया कोच होंगे, अगर जुलाई के पहले कोई भी टाइम, जून में 25 जून, 20 25 जून तक ये अनाउंसमेंट हो जाता है, तो उनको इनफ टाइम मिल जाएगा ज्वाइन करने के लिए और वो ये टीम लेकर जा सकते हैं। सो बीसीसीआई के पास ऐसा कोई लाइटनिंग स्पीड का रिक्वायरमेंट तो है। And if you ask me, the prudent call, BCCI is playing a really perfectly fine game. They're waiting. All of this speculation has made it into a real subject of intense hype. Gautam Gambhir, no Gautam Gambhir, and needless to say, at this point in time, Gautam Gambhir is a huge front runner, and it's almost a done deal and all of that. But there is a difference between the cup and the lip, and वो भी है. But to answer the thing that we had set out to achieve, मुझे तो ये लग रहा है कि ये अनाउंसमेंट डेफिनेटली थोड़ा सा रुक जाना चाहिए, एंड इसके बाद होना चाहिए। इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच के पहले तो होना ही नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि फोकस हट के अगर कोच पे आ जाता है, तो द प्लेयर्स हु आर देयर, बिकॉज एवरी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस, एवरी क्वेश्चन will then soon become about Gautam Gambhir as the new head coach of India, and शायद वो टीम के लिए तो डेफिनेटली अच्छा नहीं होगा। पाकिस्तान बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट मैच है, और ये वर्ल्ड T20 राहुल द्रविड़ का लास्ट टूर्नामेंट है एज इंडियाज हेड कोच। दे विल वांट टू साइन ऑफ, एंड रोहित शर्मा का हो ही सकता है दैट दिस इज द लास्ट वर्ल्ड कप की रोहित शर्मा कैप्टनसी कर रहे हैं। तो इन दोनों के लिए स्टेक्स कांट बी हायर। So from that standpoint, I'm pretty much sure that the announcement, there is no immediate urgency कि tomorrow, day after announcement कर देना चाहिए. I think definitely after the India Pakistan match, and towards the latter part of June is when the announcement should come. That is my personal this thing, and from what I'm hearing, certainly not before the world Lok Sabha results are announced. Gautam Gambhir is a sitting MP of a particular political party, and before the Lok Sabha election is the massive moment in the country. I don't see any major thing happening with this before the Lok Sabha elections, but there is plenty of speculation already out there. Plenty of speculation out there about when, how, etc. But yes, I mean, all of us have heard the same thing. Two IPL owners have corroborated the same to me also, that Gautam Gambhir is the chosen man, or can be the chosen man for India's next head coach. Swapnil, there was another question. Can you give me some of the questions that you had flashed on the screen before we started the show? Give me those questions before I sort of move to football. Alok Khandelwal, in an interview to Sportskeeda, he has said he wants to make KKR most successful franchise. Does this mean he's not going to coach the Indian team? Alok, no interview has been given by Gautam Gambhir in the last 1.5 months, except the one to Ravichandran Ashwin. That too was recorded slightly earlier. No interview, and I'm putting it on record, except to the host broadcaster, which you have seen. Gautam Gambhir has given no interview to any news platform. The Sportskeeda interview is an old interview, and when he joined Kolkata Knight Riders, and it is about that. Gautam Gambhir has absolutely not spoken about the India team role or in the recent past. I've been in regular touch with him. Gautam Gambhir has given no formal interview to any platform. So, post broadcaster, yes, he spoke on the day of the IPL final, etc., but that too, he did not answer anything on India coach. So, to speculate that he wants to continue with KKR and as a result and continue long, that वो इंडियन टीम में ज्वाइन नहीं करेंगे, ये सही नहीं है। और ये जो आप इंटरव्यू के बारे में जिक्र कर रहे हो, ये पुराना इंटरव्यू है। गौतम गंभीर में ऐसे कोई इंटरव्यू, कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म किसी को दिया नहीं है। सो मैं ये आपको एकदम क्लियरली बता देता हूँ, बिकॉज गौतम गंभीर से मेरा बात भी हुआ था करीब 13, 14, 15 मई। उसके बाद भी मेरे साथ उनका 1, 2 बार, 3 बार बात हुआ है। वो मीडिया के साथ बात नहीं कर रहे थे, वो इंटरव्यू अलग से नहीं दे रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा भी था कि थोड़ा वेट कर लेते हैं, आईपीएल के बाद देख लेते हैं। सो ऐसा कोई भी इंटरव्यू उन्होंने नहीं दिया है जहां पे उन्होंने कहा है कि मैं कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स के साथ, ये पुराना इंटरव्यू है जब उन्होंने ये बात कही थी, बट आईपीएल जीतने के बाद या लास्ट 1-2 दिन में गौतम गंभीर ने ऐसे नहीं कहा है। So I wanted to let you guys know and clearly clarify that point. I hope we have adequately discussed the coach issue. Adequately discussed the coach issue. So to sum up the coach issue before I move to Indian football, and it is very very important that I do because one more week for Sunil Chhetri's farewell game, जो मुझे लगता है भारतीय फुटबॉल हिस्ट्री में one of the most important matches. अगर इगोर स्टिमैच ये मैच नहीं जीतते हैं तो उनको चला जाना पड़ेगा. इगोर स्टिमैच will have to leave as India's head coach. सुनील छेत्री तो जा ही रहे हैं, तो रिटायर कर रहे हैं, तो उनके बाद एक लीडरशिप क्राइसिस भी हो सकता है इन द इंडियन फुटबॉल टीम. और भारतीय फुटबॉल अगर ये मैच नहीं जीतता है तो इंडिया विल बी पुश्ड बैक by 3-4 years. So that is also a fact. But to sum up the coach point, one, Gautam Gambhir is a clear-cut front runner. Two, the Rohit Juglan, one of our colleagues, said that the BCCI Gautam Gambhir meeting had happened between the Gujarat during the Gujarat and KKR match. Three, Gautam Gambhir has not publicly spoken to any platform on this. Four, two IPL team owners had corroborated this to me, and it was reiterated by a cricket website yesterday afternoon. So there is every reason to believe that Gautam Gambhir is a standout candidate and a major front runner at that going into this coach selection. If you personally ask me, and this is my opinion, I don't think any announcement should be made before the India-Pakistan game. क्योंकि अगर इंडिया पाकिस्तान के पहले गौतम गंभीर का अनाउंसमेंट कर दिया जाता है तो सारे फोकस गौतम गंभीर पे और कोच पे चला जाएगा. ये T20 वर्ल्ड कप से हट जाएगा, जो इस समय स्थिति के लिए, मानसिक जो संतुलन है प्लेयर्स का, उनके लिए अगर हम सोचें, उनके पर्सपेक्टिव से सोचा जाए तो वो सही नहीं होगा. राहुल द्रविड़ पे भी वो सही नहीं होगा. It will be unfair on Rahul Dravid if an announcement is made in the next few days. So the coaching bit, I'll stop there. Moving to football. भारतीय फुटबॉल टीम कोलकाता पहुंच गया है. भारतीय फुटबॉल टीम कोलकाता पहुंच गया है और एक ही हफ्ता बाद इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट मैच. अगर मुझे पूछा जाए तो भारतीय फुटबॉल हिस्ट्री में ये वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट मैचेस ऑफ द लास्ट डेकेड. और अगर ये मैच भारत जीत जाता है तो फीफा वर्ल्ड कप का थर्ड राउंड पे भारत क्वालिफाई कर जाएगा. We would have qualified for the third round, which Steammatch had set out to achieve. And if we do not win, then we are out of the race. So and all hell will break loose. All the gains of the last few years will go down the drain. Igor Stimac will have to move on as head coach of India. Will have to resign. Sunil Chhetri is going, so there will be a leadership crisis within the dressing room, and Indian football will be pushed back by several years. So I don't think there has been any other match where the stakes are as high. This is a very, very important match for the Indian football team. The Indian team arrived in Kolkata about a couple of hours back. Our correspondents were there to get us the visuals from the Kolkata airport. I will request my producer Shopnil to play. I'll come back and get into the Sunil Chhetri interview because, again, it is a rare interview, a one-on-one which Sunil Chhetri has given, perhaps the only one that he has given after he announced retirement, because he has not spoken to any other journalist so far. And it was a pleasure, absolute pleasure to interview Sunil Chhetri. So we will come to the Chhetri interview and what he has spoken with our promo, because the full interview will go tomorrow. But for the moment, the Indian football team which arrived in Kolkata, here are the visuals from the Kolkata airport. Take a look. Shopnil, can we play the visuals, please?
তারিখ আমরা জানি সুনীল লাস্ট ম্যাচ খেলবে. আমাদের অনেক কিছু প্ল্যান হচ্ছে, যেরকম স্টেডিয়ামের দর্শকের জন্য আমরা মুখোশের ব্যবস্থা করছি, প্রত্যেকটা দর্শকের একটা সুনীল মুখোশ দেওয়া হবে. এছাড়া ড্রোন দিয়ে ফ্লাওয়ার শাওয়ারের প্ল্যান হচ্ছে, ওনাকে ফেলিসিটেট করা হবে, ওনারই একটা পোর্ট্রেট ওনার হাতে তুলে দেওয়া হবে. এরকম নানা রকম প্ল্যান নিয়ে সাজানো হচ্ছে. সবটা এখনই খুলে বলছি না, কিছুটা মাঠের জন্য থাকুক. আমার মনে হয় দর্শকরা সেখানে আসলে আনন্দ পাবে এবং মাঠে একটা সুন্দর পরিবেশ এবং একটা কী বলবো ইমোশনাল মুমেন্ট ক্রিয়েট হবে. আমার আহ্বান থাকে সবাইকে সুনীলকে সম্মান জানাতে মাঠে উপস্থিত থাকে.
আর টিকিট বিক্রি ইতিমধ্যেই শুরু হয়ে গেছে, কেমন রেসপন্স পাচ্ছেন? আশা করি
খুব ভালো রেসপন্স. আমরা এখনও যার সব ভুল করে বেরিয়ে গেছে. টিকিটের ভীষণ হাই ডিমান্ড রয়েছে. আমরা আবার ফাইনাল লকটা ছাড়বো, যেহেতু নানা রকম প্রবলেম হতে পারে একবারে টিকিট ছাড়লে, সেই জন্য আমরা বারবারে টিকিটটা ছাড়ার প্ল্যান নিয়েছিলাম মহেশের সাথে কথা বলে, এবং সেরকমভাবেই আমরা টিকিটটা চাইছি। এরপরে আরও একটা লট বেরোবে, সেটাই ফাইনাল লট। আমি আশা করছি পরিপূর্ণ স্টেডিয়াম থাকবে এবং মানুষ আসবে, এসে সেই ম্যাচটা এনজয় করবে এবং ভারতবর্ষ সেদিন জিতবে।
So there you go. Visuals coming from the Kolkata airport, and Anirban Dotto, the Indian Football Association secretary, outlining plans as to what they plan to do. There will be a drone from where flowers, rose petals will be spread on the stadium, and of course showered on Sunil Chhetri. There will be a portrait of Sunil Chhetri presented to him. He said the fans will find it very emotional. He encouraged fans to come and watch the game. They said tickets are being sold in phases, and whatever tickets they are putting out on Book My Show is getting sold out in a jiffy. So it will be obviously a packed house at the Salt Lake Stadium on that particular day on the 6th of June. So let me now first tell you what is the Rev Sports plan. The Rev Sports plan for the next 1 week, and you have seen how we have covered IPL. You have seen our multiple correspondents traveling to different parts of the country. We have brought you on ground reports. We have got you interviews. We have got you exclusives. If you followed our website, even today, you have two exclusives on our website, right? Yesterday you had Bharat Arun. Today you had Bharat Venkatesh Iyer. You had that show with Jonty Rhodes. Grounded. I will refer to it towards the end of the live. But you have plenty of exclusives. I mean, Justin Langer, Marcus Stoinis, Venkatesh Iyer, Gautam Gambhir, Venki Mysore, Venkatesh. All of these exclusives you have seen on Rev Sports. So the kind of IPL coverage that you have seen is exactly what we will do for football, because we are committed. We are committed to multi-sport. Is there anyone in your mind who can become lethal number 9 on Sunil Sir's absence? Let me answer that. Oniket Botubal. Let me answer that, because I had actually asked that question of Sunil Chhetri and of Igor's team match. But let me just first outline to you what the Rev Sports plan is. So starting today with this promo, the next 1 week on Rev Sports will be our Indian Football Week, and we will also have our correspondents in New York for the World T20. We will also cover other sports. For example, badminton. Today, Sindhu made a winning start in the Singapore Open. Lakshya Sen lost a close match against Victor Axelsen after he beat Axelsen in the second game, and he was going well. He was going well in the third, 10-8 up in the decider. From there, he lost. What's your take on shooters who have failed in trials, writing letters for their selection for Paris? Rudransh Patil being one, and that's an interesting one. And by the way, HS Pranoy has just won his match in the Singapore Open against the Belgian Karagi. So I will answer that, sports fan. Let me first outline the coverage, and then I will answer the shooting question as well. Rudransh Patil has written that letter, and that selection is certainly going to become a little problematic, because on one level, Sandeep, who is the army man, topped the trials. Rudransh Patil, on the other hand, got the first quota. If you see Arjun Babuta at Rudransh Patil, so Rudra, because of the fact that he's third and third by 0.3, so Rudra has written that letter, given his pedigree, given his record in international competitions, in every competition, be it the World Championship, be it the Asian Games, be it the way he got the quota, that he should get preference over Indian Army Sandeep. We've got to wait and see what happens there. But there is going to be an interesting debate there. That do you really go by just the selection trials, or do you go by the record? Do you go by big match temperament, big stage, etc., or do you just go with the 4? Because if you just go with the 4, then, and that's what your selection policy is based on, then Rudransh Patil misses out. So this will be an interesting one. To take a position on this will be difficult at this point, because you've got to wait and see. You've got to wait and see where this goes. But from what I know, I mean, there could even be a case where Sandeep, for example, or the Indian Army moves court. They move court if this particular shooter is not picked for the Paris Olympics after topping the selection trials with a score of 634. Now that is incredible. That means 106 at an average per set for the six. Now that is unbelievable scoring as far as shooting is concerned. So you've got to wait and see as far as that decision, sports fan. Coming back, over the next 7 days, it's our football week. Football week. What do we have for you? One, we have the only Sunil Chhetri one-on-one interview that Sunil has done, and a brilliant interview at that. A long interview, an in-depth interview of Sunil Chhetri, where I asked him every possible question that there is to ask. Why now? What did he think of retirement and how? When did he think of it? What is he thinking about this match against Kuwait? Who after Sunil Chhetri? Is there a transition plan in place? Has he spoken to people about it? How will he miss the Indian dressing room? Would he have traded a European career for an Indian career? Now, how does he look back in hindsight? Would he have wanted to go and play in Europe? Every possible question has been asked. So let's get Swapnil to play the clip from the promo of the Sunil Chhetri interview, and I will outline the rest of the week to you, because there's plenty of exclusives, and I can guarantee you no platform will get this level of coverage to you for this particular game with so many exclusives, and that is a guarantee. So let's see the Sunil Chhetri, and by the way, it's a physical interview as you will just now see. Let's set it up. Let's set it up, and the Sunil Chhetri interview will be played full tomorrow at 12 noon on all Rev Sports platforms. Swapnil, could I have the Sunil Chhetri clip, please?
I started with an instinct, and then I did all the permutations, the combinations, and the thought, and I think it's the now I'm in peace. When I decided that I'm going to stop after the Kuwait game, at first I was a little bit jittery, and I had the same queries, but now I'm in peace, and I think I did the right thing. Very strangely, after I announced the amount of videos that I've got from people personally on social media is, I must say, I'm overwhelmed. Some of the videos that I watch of people saying some amazing stuff about me is, I feel very fortunate. Both of us don't like it. I never thought that I'll play my last game without Sandesh. That's my love for him, because we were very close. As I've said a million times, if you want to go to a war, probably the first name that you want in the sheet is Sandesh. It just, so I will miss him on my last game, but it is what it is. The preparation has been good. We have a longer camp, which what it does is, because there are so many players who left playing few days upar niche. The ones who played the last 4 had more training. The ones who did not had less training. So what the longer camp does is, the first 1 week we can all concentrate on the physical aspect of it, and then we can slowly build on the technical and tactical bit of the game. That's what we are doing. So that's what the luxury of long camp does.
So there you go. That's the Sunil Chhetri interview promo that you've just seen. It's a 16-17 minute long interview. It's a 16-17 minute long interview which was conducted in Bhubaneswar. As you can see, it's a physical interview. Very, very interesting conversation. Tomorrow, the entire interview will come your way on all Rev Sports platforms: Rev Sports Bangla, Rev Sports Hindi, and Rev Sports English, of course. At 12 noon, so this promo will be separately put out at 7 p.m. today, and then you can watch the entire interview with Sunil Chhetri. I've asked him every question. If you're an Indian football fan, you don't want to miss this. I've asked him every question. Who's his successor? Has he and sort of discussed his possible successor with the head coach? Has he discussed it with players? How did the dressing room react? Is this match, because of the fact that it is his farewell game, has this added that extra bit of incentive or iota of motivation to the players? Will this kind of add to the occasion that we now need? Because this is a do or die game in every sense. So I've asked Sunil Chhetri every possible question in this particular interview. If you're an Indian football fan, and there are thousands and thousands of Indian football fans and websites and digital platforms, trust you me, this is one interview you don't want to miss. You absolutely don't want to miss. And this is the USP of Rev Sports. You will get exclusives from every sport, whether it is cricket, whether it is football, whether it is badminton, whether it is wrestling, whether it is boxing, whether it is any sport. You will get the exclusive on our platform. So tomorrow, Sunil Chhetri interview at 12 noon. But that doesn't mean that that's the end of it. Sunil Chhetri match, so no, it's India's game, right? And you would want to hear what India is ready for. Is Indian team ready? So yes, there is a big interview coming up with Igor Stimac as well. And I asked Coach Stimac, are you going to sort of take accountability if the result doesn't go your way? Is this the end of Igor Stimac? We asked him point blank. Is this the end of the road? Because you had committed that to the Indian football fan that you will take the team to the third round. So if the results do not go your way, what is in store for Igor Stimac? Are you going to say that you failed us? What about the camp? Because you have forever said that you need a long camp, and we have all seen. And Coach Stimac has delivered when there has been a long camp. His team has played fantastic football. So this time also he has now got a long camp in Bhubaneswar. The team assembled. I mean, people assembled in phases after some of them after the ISL final, and except Apu Yaralte, who did not sort of join the camp because of his examinations. Almost everyone is now rearing to go. I asked Coach T-Match about the intensity, about the hard work, about the physical fitness, because he has continuously said in past interviews to me that preparation time was not enough. Preparation time was not enough, which means that whenever he took a team, take Asian Games, take Mardeka, take Kings Cup, take AFC, the preparation time was not enough. But this time round, 4 weeks, he did get his time with the team. So there are no excuses. There are absolutely no excuses. So he has to deliver. His team has to deliver, and he was very confident. Coach T-Match, the good part about Coach T-Match is he takes every question on his chin. I asked him all the questions that there is to ask. I asked him every possible question that you can possibly think of. You can ask me, and you will see I've asked him that question. So the Igor Stimac interview will come your way day after. So the whole week is a football week. Sunil Chhetri, Igor Stimac, and then the two people who Sunil Chhetri considers his closest friends in the Indian football team. One you just heard. I asked him about Sandesh Jingan. Sandesh Jingan writes to me yesterday saying, I'm still thinking, I'm trying to persuade Sunil Chhetri, Sunil Bhai, not to retire. Sandesh and Sunil are brothers. And Sandesh is very disappointed that he will not be there on the park for Sunil's retirement game. But such is sport. Sunil Chhetri kept saying that if I have to go to war, now think about the camaraderie between the two. If I have to go to war, I will go with a Sandesh Jingan. How will you remember AIFF Vira under Stimac? Look, so far there has been enormous number of problems, and all of us know it. Look at the way the Indian team went to the Asian Games. Was it ideal? Absolutely not. Has the preparation been ideal for other tournaments? No, not. But if the Indian team does qualify for the third round, all of this will be forgotten, because the Indian team will have 10 players, rather 10 games against top Asian teams, and you can build your team for the future. You can build your team and build your players who after Sunil Chhetri. And by the way, Igor Stimac has given us names. So when you hear the interview, when you hear the Sunil Chhetri interview and the Igor Stimac interview, they have both given us possible names of players they think who can succeed Sunil Chhetri. So wait for that interview. You have asked me the question, who after Sunil Chhetri, and I can promise you that Coach Stimac names players who can succeed Sunil Chhetri after Sunil Chhetri actually goes on to say that whatever happens, Indian team, yes, they will miss their leader for a while because he's played for 19 years and all that. But after a while, India will be a better team, and Indian dressing room will be a strong dressing room for sure. So first the Sunil Chhetri interview, then the Igor Stimac interview, then day after, after Igor Stimac. So Igor Stimac is on the 31st. On the 1st of June, we will play you a Sandesh Jingan interview where Jingan talks at length about coming to Kolkata, wanting to watch Sunil's final game. He could well come to Kolkata and watch his skipper, and how much he misses and how emotional he got, and what the conversation between him and Sunil Chhetri was like. Covering multi-sports makes Rev Sports so special, loving it, Devargo Chatterjee. That's the whole point, Devargo, isn't it? That's the whole point. You cover every sport. You cover every sport with optimum focus. If it's cricket, it's cricket. If it's football, it's football. If it's Olympics, it's Olympics. If it's badminton, it's badminton. That's how sports should be covered. Not with other platforms who call themselves sports platforms and then goes on to talk only about cricket. That's not how sports should be covered at all. So yes, you will see the Sandesh Jingan interview, and finally closing out, we will also get you a Gurpreet Singh Sandhu interview, because Gurpreet and Sunil have played for clubs, and there are some hilarious stories that Gurpreet tells us. Hear the interviews. You will love it. I can tell you for the next 4 days, Sunil Chhetri, Igor Stimac, Sandesh Jingan, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu coming your way as exclusive interviews building up to the Kuwait game, one-on-one physical interviews, building up to the Kuwait game on Rev Sports. And then on the third, and I'm telling you from now, hey Boria, love what you're doing with Indian football. Can we have some exclusive football transfer news? Of course. I mean, listen to the Doshe Dosh, our correspondents are doing everything they can to bring you the transfer news. I mean, Rahul Giri, Debashish Sen, Snehashish Mukherjee, they are exclusively on this. And absolutely, I will make it a point to give you exclusive transfer news. So that's the whole point. Bring you everything, the range, from interviews to news to transfer news to every possible breaking news. That's what you will get on the Rev Sports platform. The only thing is keep supporting us, because when a Paralympics happen, I know that the numbers will not be as much as cricket. But does that mean that you will cover Indian football less? You will cover Paralympics less just because there are less sponsors and you will get less money? Then what is the point of being in sport? Sport is about a level playing field. It is about fair play. You've got to give other sports a chance. You've got to give everybody a chance. If you don't celebrate Sunil Chhetri, then आप मुझे बताइए आप किसको सेलिब्रेट करोगे? भारतीय स्पोर्ट में आप किसको सेलिब्रेट करोगे? ये एकदम कम, आई मीन भारतीय स्पोर्ट का एब्सोल्यूट आइकॉन में से एक है सुनील छेत्री. अगर उनका रिटायरमेंट मैच आप सेलिब्रेट नहीं करना चाहते हो तो आप क्या करना चाहते हो? सो ये तो मानना पड़ेगा कि सुनील छेत्री's retirement match is something we will do. Third, absolutely, Shopnil is telling me if I have to do more, because of course, Shopnil, there are plenty more questions which are coming, and I also want to talk about grounded. But let me before that say, on the 3rd of June, anyone who is hearing this from Kolkata, আপনারা যারা কলকাতা থেকে দেখছেন, anyone who is watching this program from Kolkata, আপনারা যারা কলকাতা থেকে দেখছেন, जो लोग कोलकाता से देख रहे हैं, 3rd जून कोलकाता स्पोर्ट्स जर्नलिस्ट क्लब जो मैदान में है, हम लोग फेयरवेल सुनील बोल के एक प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं. सारे मीडिया को बुलाएंगे. 4 फॉर्मर लेजेंड्स, भास्कर गांगुली, फॉर्मर कैप्टन ऑफ इंडिया, 44 caps as captain, 86 caps in total, Mehtab Hussain, Rahim Nabi and Dipendu Biswas, together with Anirban Datta, जिनको आपने देखा इंडियन फुटबॉल एसोसिएशन का सेक्रेटरी, ये पांचों हमारे साथ जुड़ जाएंगे. दुलाल दे, फुटबॉल एडिटर ऑफ प्रतिदिन, वो भी हमारे साथ जुड़ जाएंगे और हम लोग फेयरवेल सुनील पे एक प्रोग्राम करेंगे. सारे मीडिया के दोस्त को बुलाएंगे. उनका जो स्टोरीज है अबाउट सुनील छेत्री, हम लोगों का जो सुनील छेत्री के बारे में स्टोरीज है, वो सारे स्टोरीज हम लोग वहां पे बोलेंगे. वो प्रोग्राम भी लाइव टेलीकास्ट होगा रेव स्पोर्ट्स के सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे. आप लोग जरूर देखते रहिएगा वो प्रोग्राम, क्योंकि सुनील छेत्री को ऐसे अगर हम लोग सेलिब्रेट नहीं किया, सोचिए अगर ये सचिन तेंदुलकर का रिटायरमेंट या विराट का रिटायरमेंट या रोहित का रिटायरमेंट या महेंद्र सिंह धोनी का रिटायरमेंट, तो अगर आप इनको कैसे सेलिब्रेट करते? सुनील छेत्री इनसे किसी भी आंकड़े में इनसे कम नहीं है. तो अगर सुनील छेत्री का रिटायरमेंट हम लोग बड़ा सेलिब्रेशन नहीं करते हैं, तो हम लोग वी आर फेलिंग आवर स्पोर्ट, वी आर फेलिंग सुनील, वी आर फेलिंग इंडियन स्पोर्ट. सो हम लोग ये करेंगे. कल सुनील छेत्री का इंटरव्यू, डे आफ्टर ईगोर स्टीमैच का इंटरव्यू, 1 जून संदेश जिंगन का इंटरव्यू, 2 जून 2 तारीख को गुरप्रीत सिंह संधू का इंटरव्यू, 3 जून 4 बजे कैलकाटा स्पोर्ट्स जर्नलिस्ट क्लब में. ये सारे लेजेंड्स, वी आर कॉलिंग इट फेयरवेल सुनील, ऑल ऑफ देम विल कम टुगेदर. Dipendu Biswas, Rahim Nabi, Mehtab Hussain, Bhaskar Ganguly, IFA Secretary Anirban Datta will come with us. Dulal De, senior journalist and perhaps one of the better football writers in Bangla, if not the best football writer at the moment. Dulal will also join us for the Farewell Sunil program at the Calcutta Sports Journalist Club. And then, finally, on the 6th of June, we are doing a football conclave, an all-day football conclave on the 6th of June, where we celebrate Sunil Chhetri, fan reactions, fan bites, videos from the ground, what fans are saying, how is the build-up happening. Sunil Chhetri, a special video chronicling his journey across the ages, special bites from all his compatriots, whoever has played with him from the 19 years, a special show on Sunil Chhetri and multiple different shows right through the day. It will be the football conclave building up to the India-Kuwait game on the 6th of June. So that is coming your way as well. And also, this doesn't mean that the Cricket World Cup coverage will go down. No, not at all. Not at all. Because on the 1st of June, Debashish Sen and Ishan Shahane, 2 of my colleagues, Ishan, a younger colleague, and Debashish, a senior colleague, both of them will travel to the United States and subsequently to the Caribbean for the T20 World Cup. And again, a lot of people have asked me. Indrajit Ghosh, for example, was saying to me, well done, Buryada, etc. And a lot of people have personally asked me, why are you not going? Look, if Boria Majumdar has to go to every venue and every tournament and every whatever, then what is the point of creating a platform by journalists and for journalists? And I've seen that. I've seen that with my colleagues in my former organizations, that whenever an international tour comes, कभी भी एक बड़ा international tour आ जाता है, तो सब खुद चले जाते हैं वहां पे. अगर आप वही करोगे तो आप किसी को कभी भी ग्रो नहीं करा पाओगे. ईशान शाह ने 25-26 साल का यंगस्टर है, इतना इतना अच्छा काम कर रहा है. अगर आप उनको अभी नहीं भेजोगे तो कब भेजोगे? Boria has covered enough and more. And by the way, I will be there. I will be there. I will do the Paris Olympics, Paralympics myself. I'll go to Australia for the India-Australia series. That doesn't mean the others won't go. The beauty of Rev Sports, the beauty of Rev Sports is it is a platform by journalists and for fans. So we will send multiple people to every sports tour, whether it is football, whether it is cricket, whether it is Olympics, whether it is Paralympics. And for example, for the Paralympics, my colleagues Trisha Ghoshal, Rohan Chaudhary will all be with me in Paris. So we will have a 5-6 member team for the Olympic Games, 5-6 member team for the Paralympic Games. And by the way, Olympic Games is not simply the sports competition. It is also the culture. It is also the tourism. It is also what is going on in Paris. And you will get a comprehensive 360-degree coverage from us come the Paris Olympics. So that's the Rev Sports motto. And because of that motto, that's the final part of this show. Today, we launched this program called Grounded. We launched this program again. I could have gone and done all these interviews, but that's not the point. Gargi Rao, my colleague, has done a fabulous job. Gargi has gone from different parts of the country. She went to Lucknow, she went to Patiala, she went to Bangalore, she came to Calcutta to do all these physical interviews. She has interviewed Jonty Rhodes, she has interviewed Mone Mokal, she's interviewed Anju George, she's interviewed Mirabai Chanu, she's interviewed VR Srijesh, she's interviewed a lot of these people, top stars. Harmanpreet Singh. She's interviewed India's top stars for her show Grounded, a show that goes deep, that takes a deep dive into issues, how to make a champion. एक champion star का mindset क्या है? कैसे आप जीतते हो? वो difference between that 1 point, वो decisive 1% आप कैसे manage कर लेते हो? वैसे आप कैसे जीतते हो? What are the issues of mental health that stars face? Gargi, she wanted to become a cricketer. She tried. She played professional cricket for Vidarbha. And that sort of gives her that added bit that she's a former sports person and she still can play sport. She's a young girl, and she's doing this program Grounded very, very strongly. So I urge all of you. Today we have put out the Jonty Rhodes show with Gargi Rao. Kindly watch, just like you should watch Ishan Shahane and Debashish Sen from the United States. You should watch the entire Rev Sports team. Rahul Giri, Snehashish Mukherjee, Swapnil Mukherjee, Rohan Chaudhary, all of us, Ognijit Shen, who will all be at the ground for the Sunil Chhetri match. That's how sport will grow. That's how sport will eventually become. India will become a multi-sporting country. Swapnil, can I please request you to play the Grounded promo, the promo of the show that went today, the one with Jonty Rhodes. This is a weekly show brought to you by Get a Fix Repair Solutions. I mean, they are doing fabulous work in the real estate domain with buildings and restoring old buildings and boutique buildings, and with Lal Baba Rice. I'm very, very glad to have Lal Baba Rice, one of the foremost rice brands of Bengal, our staple. Partho Babu and his team are doing fantastic work as far as Lal Baba Rice is concerned. These are the two sponsors of this particular show, Grounded by Gargi Rao. So I'll end today with this promo clip from Grounded. The full show is now on air. We put it out on all Rev Sports platforms at 12 noon. And with the promise that tomorrow it is the Sunil Chhetri Exclusive that is coming your way. The one-on-one interview with India's talisman, the piper of Indian football. A fascinating interview backstage with Boria with Sunil Chhetri. So Swapnil, if you could kindly play the promo clip, and that's all that I have for you at 5 today. We will bring you all the updates from football, from cricket, from badminton, from shooting, the Rudra Patil question that Sports Fan answered. Every question, every answer, every sport will be on this particular platform. Thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe and ring the notification bell. Subscribe to Rev Sports on YouTube, Rev Sports Hindi, Rev Sports Bangla, because we have now in multiple languages. Subscribe to our Facebook profiles, of course to my own profile and to our Twitter handles, because your support is what will keep us growing and going. Thank you very much for watching.
And there was a lot of concerns about, T20 is going to ruin Test cricket. It's not going to be great for the game because it's going to destroy cricket as we know it. And all along, I'd always sort of reckoned that 50-over cricket possibly would be in danger, but best players in the world still want to play Test cricket. And the amazing thing is that, you know, the skill level of the players, one, has improved batting and bowling. It is important for youngsters. And even if they spend an entire season in a franchise and don't get a game, just spending time around players in the net, you know, sitting on the side of the field, spending time with coaches, yeah, they are under pressure for sure to perform because a lot of people are watching them, but they're getting a great opportunity. So I think if you had to ask the players, you know, would you rather not have the stress or would you rather have the opportunity? I think all of them would take that opportunity with both hands. From a cricket playing to a cricket coaching, my days on the cricket field, if you had 8 months of the year that was a busy year, you generally had 4 to 5 months off away from the game, and families and individuals, players had that time just to regroup and recoup and, you know, really rejuvenate for the next season. And now it's a continuous process from international to domestic. So whether it's playing for your state and then playing in different franchise leagues around the world, because it's not just T20, it's also T10. And generally wherever cricket's played, there's now competition. So there is no real break from the game. But I think from my point of view, I was really fortunate in that when I put down my cricketing tools and equipment, I am surfing, mountain biking, walking with family. You know, we spend time in Goa. We live on a beach in a very small house for 6 months, 5 months of the year. So we're able to disconnect from the game. Whereas a lot of the players, they leave here and they go on, there's a World Cup coming up, straight away. After that, there's international tour. So there is no real downtime. And it's, again, everybody is so different. Some players thrive off this continuous cricket. But for many, I suppose, mentally and emotionally, they need to find a way to have a break.
Face to face with the very man who shaped my approach to the game. On Grounded, we explore the journey, the triumphs and the trials that Jonty Rhodes faced beyond the spotlight. Join me as we uncover the man